Whenever you're dealing with search filtering and the ability to bring in data that is user generated, this can naturally create a massive set of confusion for the end user and for the users who are generating that content, or at least offering their items for sale within a master record that they're trying to at least properly identify that they have inventory and what the pricing information is, etc. Now, this can be a big opportunity, but it can also be a massive area of failure depending on how you execute with your marketplace e-commerce system. Now, whenever you look at it from a very high level, there are sort of major tenets that you can apply here that can make this process really successful. The first is a strong set of governance. And what do we mean by this? And this is basically having an opinion about how your process goes when your users are providing their content. In particular, if someone is a seller or you're working with an external set of data that's going to drive your content within your system, it has to meet a certain set of criteria in order to make it into your marketplace, okay? And that particular governance, as it were, has to be rigorous and clear on the individual user level or at the individual data level that's attempting to come into your marketplace set of data. Now, it also is really critical to not only have governance, but also training and support and resources and a user interface that's effectively self-explanatory. Now, when you look at a system like I am showing here on the screen, this is a marketplace that has a lot of content in it. And the particular users that are uploading this content, they have different services that they can offer, certifications. They have different audits that they've completed. And we may need to verify this and be able to present it in a way that's consistent so that users can then filter and search quickly. So as a user who's consuming this content, I need a way to have a consistency about the attribution within a particular subcategory or multiple levels deep of subcategory data. What this means is that my information within the search actually has to be such that it's reliable within each set of subcategory, subcategory, etc. And there has to be some way that it can be made consistent within the marketplace, even though each seller or each provider, etc., may have a different nomenclature or a different way of referring to that information. So I need some form of Rosetta Stone or a mapping system so that a seller doesn't have to change all of their vernacular, their internal naming conventions to match our system. Our system can be adaptive to their data.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Just want to take a quick break and remind you we've got some free technical resources for you linked down in the description. Thanks for watching again. Let's get back to the video.
At minimum, if we're not going to do that, we need to provide some form of template with example data so that they can see what they have to map to themselves. Now, the other thing that we typically recommend is rewarding consistency and success by giving a seller or a provider of services access to be able to update things more freely once they've proven that they've met a certain level of sort of self-governance that they're going to provide. And this is a privilege that they can lose by having their data flagged by a user in the system if it appears later on after they've been given more free reign that in fact they haven't earned it. Now, we can do some pretty sophisticated things nowadays where we can actually go through the system and monitor it proactively using AI, for example, and at least pick up on recent changes that might be worth checking out and have a moderator get into the weeds and take a look at that data. But ultimately, this all boils back down to having consistent data from your users, and this being absolutely critical for your search results and the consistency of your credibility within your space in the market. If your data isn't solid, your users are not going to continue to feel comfortable making decisions based on your site. It's that simple. If your sellers don't have a consistent model for which they can sell into, they're also going to abandon the opportunity to interact with your site. So these are huge opportunities for you to get right that drive your search results ultimately, which drives your traffic, which drives, again, sellers and buyers coming together to meet and do business. Now, the other thing that we want to point out about this is just because you have great data doesn't mean that the search results are going to meet what the user is looking for. So another key part of this that you want to be thinking about is providing that extra level of value, typically by using analytics and machine learning and just being able to effectively provide another set of value beyond just taking in data from the sellers that they think makes sense and then just blindly presenting that to the buyers. You want to be adaptive so that as your buyers are navigating and they're browsing the information, we're going to learn what they actually are looking for and making their buying decisions from within each respective category or subcategory of focus. We also want to make sure that we're leveraging the fact that the market is dynamic. So attributes might change, and they may change because new products are offered or a variation of a set of products is offered that's more advanced. So essentially, on both the buyer end, we need to be adaptive, and the seller end as they offer new variations or more value, and that needs to be represented with different attribute values. Now, ultimately, whenever you're conducting this sort of detailed credibility analysis of your search data, really the basis for your search, and the analytics around what the buyers and sellers need in the search data and in the search results, there is a big opportunity to work with a company or a team that's actually done this and been down that path. Now, whether you directly work with a company like Clarity, we have valuable resources that we put together as a thank you for watching this video and completing this video. You can take a look at the links in the description and download those for free. And we also would welcome you if you are actively looking to engage a software company for a project like this. We do provide a complimentary discovery process. We refer to the way that we engage as a no sales guarantee. If you have a serious project, we're happy to help you architect out and plan out in a pre-discovery type of model, a documented plan for executing on your project. So feel free to reach out to us about that as well. And we will look forward either way, whether you engage with these resources or not. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.